Charm. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video with your host, Kukin. Third time's the charm on this recording. I want to focus just on the passives. I'm not going to talk about anything else, right? These guys seem pretty good. Now, I only got to glance at their passives periodically because I was playing Elden Ring Night Rain at the time. I was in a run with my buddy. So, they got 29 categories right here. That's pretty solid, right? We come over to the leader skill. Oops. Right here. Future Saga or Fuse Fighter category, key +3, 200%, 170% to stats, and then 50% to bond a parent and child, or final trump card. Pretty standard. Now, Future Saga was scary at first, but the more I talk about it, the less scary it is because Superclass can encompass that. But there is a very odd passive on Vegeta's, in Vegeta's passive that's just odd, right? So we come over here to the Super Attack effect for Goku. Greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn, lowers enemy's attack. And then the 18 key is greatly raises attack permanently, so he's stacking. And then allies defense by 60% for 1 turn, which is really good. They gave him a 1-turn support defensive buff. And oh, he's super STR, interesting. And he's built for he's built in slot 1, right? You can run him in slot 1. So the passive, there's a lot to it because their active skills actually make a big difference in their passes. You're going to look at this and you're going to be like, man, things seem to be missing because they are, right? They're in the active. You have to choose what you want at that point in time. It's like build your own passive, only you get, there's one option that's clearly better than the other. So he gets 200% to stats, plus 2 key per key sphere obtained. And then per super class or future saga category ally on the team, whichever has the most. So, and you only need 3. It's 50% to stats up to 150. 20% to dodge and damage reduction, all right, up to 60%. That's really, really good. Like, that's super powerful, right? Remember, and you put King Kong next to these guys, that's another 10% damage reduction. You put Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Oh, but he's not Fuse Fighter. Dang. They're nerfing him already. All right, anyway. You get up to 60% dodge and damage reduction. Really good, right? When all allies attacking in the same turn are superclass characters, or when there is another Future Saga category ally attacking in the same turn, that's always a shitty passive to read, right? Always, the same turn always feels bad. Launches an additional super, 20% chance to evade, so that's 80%, right? That's really good. And then another 10%, so that's 70% damage reduction. 80% chance to dodge, right? It's phenomenal, right? That sounds really, really good. He's just missing guard, right? When you activate the active skill or with 18 key or more, 200% to attack. Attack effective against all types. Pretty good. 180% defense when receiving an attack. And on the 4th turn from the start of battle, meets up with Vegeta and exchanges, right? Now, let's jump over to Vegeta, right? Vegeta, super attack effect, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Lowers defense, massively raises attack, and raises defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage, right? So he's not even stacking at all. He's just there, and there is no defensive stacking either, right? So I already wonder, like, Festival of Battles, are they just like, how are they going to perform there, right? With 80% chance to dodge, I imagine it could be pretty good. All right. Now, he gets key +7, 200% to stats, 50% chance to crit, 50% chance to dodge, 40% damage reduction. So he already has a less dodge and less damage reduction than Goku. Key +3, 80%. This is the weird part. Key +3 and attack and defense 80% for the character and allies whose name include Trunks. They've been dropping garbage Trunks for a long time. The last time we got a good Trunks was when it was Vegeta and Trunks, and Vegeta had to carry him. All right? And Vegeta used to be the garbage character in Dokkan for a long time because every time a Vegeta and Goku came out together, Goku was just above and beyond Vegeta always. Right? And then they finally stopped doing that. It took them a long time to stop doing that nonsense. So Trunks? Like, what the heck? They didn't even announce a Super Easy A for Trunks. All right. So what Trunks are we buffing? As of right now, we're buffing 0 Trunks, and 80% stats is not a good enough buff to make any of the Trunks in the game like super usable. We can't even use the physical Goten and Trunks on this team, I don't believe. So, yeah. The kid ones, yeah. They're not they're not part of it. So as the third attacker in a turn, it's 150% to attack and then performs a crit. When attacking with 18 ki or more, attack and defense 250%, launches an additional super. Pretty good. When activating the active skill or 20 or more ki, defense plus 150%, and then launches an additional super. So 1, 2, 3, up to 4 supers depending on hidden potential. Now, his passive does not get plus ki when picking up ki spheres. It's not in here like Goku has. So he does have plus 7, but I mean that puts him at 13 ki, right? So you have to get at least 5 ki spheres somehow, I believe, right? And that's not counting the links yet, right? I don't even think they showed the links. Yeah, they didn't. All right, and then they go off and they show the animations, right? Now the active skills. This is where more permanent buffs come in. I noticed this, right? So the active skill, the Patara counterattack, raises attack by 300% temporarily, ultimate damage, right? And then attack and defense 20%, so they're getting a permanent stat boost, which is good, and can nullify attacks that are guaranteed to hit, making it possible to evade these attacks in battle, right? So I believe that's all permanent stuff for the rest of the fight, right? That's pretty good. That sounds really good. Attacks that are guaranteed to hit, right? So like dodge canceling bosses. This is like Tech UI Goku's dodge domain, only it's not for everybody, right? Like everyone can't benefit from it. Just think of it like that, all right? And then you're getting 20% to stats. So it's pretty cool, right? But Vegeta's seems like it has a far better one. So he massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to the enemy. And then they guards all attacks, right? And Future Saga category allies attack and defense 15% plus an additional 10% for characters who also belong to Bond and Parent and Child category for 4 turns. Now, I do believe that's all of that is just for 4 turns, even the guards all attacks. So it's like, do we want to guard for 4 turns, or do we want to not guard for 4 turns, right? Do we want to nullify guaranteed to hit attacks, right? Which, how often is that, gonna be out there for? So it's very odd. Like, some of these passives are very questionable, But then now Rose and Zamasu, I didn't really get to zero in on these guys. So other than the leader skill, my goodness, dude, I don't know what they were thinking with this, dude. What possessed them to do super bosses is beyond me. Let's see, like, even like I know Kale and Caulifla, right? Okay, cool. Who else? The Super Easy A for Rose. Hit. Okay, sure, that's 3. Tech, Kale, and Caulifla, that's 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 2 more. Where's 5 and 6? I don't see 5 and 6. I don't see them. They don't exist. It's a travesty. I don't know what they were thinking, right? So automatically, like, I'm not very excited for this leader skill. I mean, Jiren, I guess, could be 5. Like, he could still stand by. Jiren, still the GOAT. You just gotta get him in standby and leave him in stand. And I guess STR Kefla isn't too bad either. But man, Oh my god, bro. I just please just stop making super boss category leaders. Can we just not? All right, where's the oh, here it is. Like where's the thing? So that's their leader skill. I'm not very happy about that. And then the super attack effect for this is Rose, greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn, lowers attack, and then greatly raises attack, and then raises allies attack by 60%. So it's like Goku, just um instead of buffing defense, he buffs the allies attack, right? Self excluded, by the way. Always sucks to read that. Nobody likes reading that, right? And then we come on over here to the passive. Another big giant passive. So 200% to stats, key +2 per key sphere retained, and then 80% to attack and defense and attacks effective against all types for allies whose name include Goku Black. I like, okay, we're going to get a super easy A, so he's going to buff himself and a super easy A at the least. There are no other Goku Blacks in the game that I'm going to be running. We need to hear easy A announcements, or yeah, we need to hear about easy A's, and I can't think of a Goku Black that's gonna easy A outside of like the free to play LR. That we got a long time ago. The Goku Zamasu, or the Goku Black Zamasu. Is it Goku? Is it his name? Might not even be Goku Black. I don't even know now. I'll look at it later. So then, as per Extreme Class Ally, our Future Saga category ally on the team, 50% of stats up to 150, critical hit and damage reduction 20. So he's getting 60% damage reduction, right? But he's going to guard all attacks when it's all Extreme Class allies or another Future Saga category ally on the team, right? So turn 1 slot 1 unit. Yeah, this guy definitely seems like a turn 1 slot 1. Absolutely, Lux. I'm excited for that, right? His leader skill just has me super skeptical, but if he's leading it, at least I know I have my turn 1 slot 1 units. Like, I may not have linking partners for him, but he's going to survive in slot 1, so that's pretty cool. All right. When activating the active skill or when 18 or attacking with 18 or more key, 200% to attack, launches an additional attack with a great chance of becoming a super. Now, I don't know what possessed them to not give that. Like, this is another questionable part. Why not just, you gave it to Goku, you gave it to Vegeta, just launch an additional super. He's not stacking anything on his 12 key. Like, come on. Just give it an additional super. It doesn't make sense, man. They hate Future Saga, dude. They hate Future Saga. Defense 180% when receiving an attack, and then turn 4 from the start of battle can reverse with Zamasu. All right. Now, Zamasu actually looked very interesting. All right, so greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. And then the 18 key super massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn and then heals. That's pretty cool. All right, that's pretty cool. All right. Now we come over to the passive. Key +7, 200% to stats. 50% chance to crit, guards all attacks, right? He guards all attacks. Now, attack and defense 200% when attacking. When attacking. Instantly, like, everything good about this just turned into, like, instant bad. Just instantly bad, right? And then when activating the active skill or when attacking with 20 or more key, another 200% to stats. He has to attack to get all this. I think Zamasu, there is a chance that this guy can die in slot 1. And I think the chance is great at some of these higher bosses. And I'm thinking 55%, right? Like, if I'm lucky, I'm going to get a copy of him. A copy of the Goku and Vegeta in, like 300 stones, and I can go to part 2. So I'm thinking 55%. This, and then this, and this sucks, bro. It sucks, dude. So I don't know what their active skills are. I'm hoping it gives damage reduction permanently, or this guy's cooked. All right. Launches an additional super attack when the active skill is active or with 20 or more ki. And then 300% of stats, performs a critical hit, and recovers 6% of damage dealt, practically full healing, as HP when HP is 60% or less. You're practically just gonna full heal with just that 6%. That's insane. It's of damage dealt too. That's not just 6% of your health bar. That's just damage dealt. You're probably full healing. All right. And then let's take a look at their active skills, because I need to see some redeeming qualities. Massively raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage. All attacks become critical hits and super boss category allies, 15% to stats, and then 10% defense to Future Saga category for 4 turns. All right, cool, sure. This is Zamasu though. Here we go. Oh yeah, I already seen this one, and it's not good. Massively raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to enemy. Ki +4, attack +40% in battle. Not good. All right, Lux is telling me I missed a part of the passive. I missed damage reduction. Oh yeah, because he compared it to Super Saiyan 4. Oh yeah. When attacking, Future Saga category, extreme class allies damage reduction rate 10%. So that's cool. But he has to attack once again. He has to attack. So even if I wanted to run this doofus in slot 2, Goku and Vegeta in slot 1, like Goku, which has 80% dodge, like I believe it's like 60% damage reduction or 70, he can't even benefit from this. He cannot even get this without this guy being in slot 1. And he doesn't even probably need it at that point. He's just going to dodge. Like so yeah, this is when attacking. When attacking, that's the type. That's it. I know what I'm putting in the thumbnail. When attacking trash, dude. When attacking garbage passive. That's it. That's the thumbnail. That's what I'm gonna go put. All right. So yeah, that's the passive, guys. Like I'm not like. I hope that this guy is going to perform way better in game than I'm like out here, losing my mind over, right? Like 200% and guards all attacks. There's got to be someone that guards all attacks and just gets obliterated with just stats like this. I can't think of who it is, but I'm almost certain they exist. I'm going to pause. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Here it is. Found him. I found the culprit. This is the. You want to know how that Zamasu is going to turn out in slot 1? Run this guy's team, put him in slot 1, and eventually he's going to get hit. And all he has is 200% of stats. Guard until he attacks. There are plenty of places where I've seen this guy get hit in slot 1, take the super, and take monster amounts of damage. Right? Now, he is buffing with, and this is with 50%, right? But this is the guy that recently has just been obliterated in slot 1, or at least leaving me with like 50,000 HP, which at that point in time, everyone can double digit the normals, right? So this is the comparison I would use. Him. Yep, that's the guy. All right, I'm out of here, guys. That's the passive. I'm not super excited for what they did with some of the stuff, but it is what it is. It could be worse. I think the Goku and Vegeta are actually very, very good. I think Rose is probably pretty good, and Zamasu is. I need to see it. I need to see him in action. I have to see him in action, dude. I have to. The good news is none of their passives are like they're not time limited. You don't have a limited amount of guard or anything like that, like the 10th year anniversary units. But I'm out of here. Enjoy your night, evening, morning, whatever may be. Peace out. Summons tomorrow. Good luck, and I will see you guys next time.